Hello, or welcome back to the channel. We are back at it with the fun, wondrous world of Temu. And yes, you guessed correctly, we are back at it with the Pokemon plushies. I don't know what it is about Pokemon plushies and Temu, but they just can't seem to get it right. However, being the dedicated individual that I am here to help. So let me go ahead and correct a few things. This right here, this thing, it is in fact not a fire crocodile. Not a fire crocodile. So this is in fact called a Fue Coco. I don't know. You know what? Maybe we should actually look up a little. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up another page. We're paging it out right now. My computer's getting very concerned. It's fine though. It'll be fine. Fancy Potato knows how to run sometimes. Fue Coco. Pokédex? That's what I used to look up when I was tiny and trying to find these things. Fuecoco is how I think you pronounce that. The next one we have on the list is this guy, this little guy, another starter. Definitely not a new Leaf Cat. By old Leaf Cat, I'm just gonna assume you're talking about grass type Eevee. I'm Leafeon, that guy. I'm just gonna assume that's the old Leaf Cat and this is the new Leaf Cat. Not what it's called though. So close, but so far. Yeah, that one's gonna be called a Sprigatito. Sprigatito? It's gotta be Sprigatito. It's gotta be Sprigatito. I'm not super familiar with the new starters, but you know what? This one is in fact, you're, again, not far off. New Leaf Cat, Sprigatito. So close. And you know, those two aren't that bad. They're not too far off. However, you seem to be a little bit mistaken on this last one, this guy right here, as you have made the unfortunate mistake of naming this the moisturized duck. Now listen, this is the only one out of these three starters that has a decent name in my opinion, okay? It's fantastic, it's perfect, and you went and disrespected this young lad by calling him the moisturized duck. His name is Quaxly. All right, Quaxly. I kind of jumped down the artistic hole that is Temu. And you know, they've got some pretty good stuff on there when it comes to home decor and personalized crafts. For instance, we've got this amazing Psyduck painting, you know, if you want to spruce up your room, but you still want to hold on to that nerdiness in your heart. And if you really want to compliment it, you can just smack this one right on beside it. I mean, these are two prime examples of Temu art. Now, other things on Temu, other artsy things, they fall a bit short, a tiny bit short. They just kind of fall right off a cliff. Starting off with these amazing knitted socks. Now, the fish ones aren't too bad. When you look at them, they're kind of cute. They got little eyeballs, little flippers. They're kind of adorable. Then you flip on over to the chameleon option. They're terrifying. They're genuinely terrifying. And if you really zoom in on their little noggins back there, I'll zoom in for you. I'll zoom in for me too, because I want to get a close up. These things look like they sucked the soul out of a child, and it lives inside in torture. Okay, look at those eyes. Look at the face. It's in pain. And what did I find right underneath those terrifying socks? I found this guy, Adopt a Ghost. And I was instantly interested because you guys know I'm the ghost person. I've got my little ghosty little mascot. I have all of my ghost gear. I've got like a cardigan and t-shirts and accessories. I like ghosts and skeletons and spoopy things. So I clicked on it. You can adopt this ghost for $7.98. Now keep in mind, bear in that noggin of yours, it is 63% off. Someone at some point, in some time, in some world, in some parallel universe, paid $21.99 for this tiny piece of cotton and a little birth certificate. Now, I'm all for ghosts, I'm all for crafting, but this just seems like a ripoff. This seems like an $8 ripoff. There's so many better things you could be doing with your money than buying a tiny piece of cotton. For instance, for cheaper than that, for only $5.90, you could buy 100 tiny plastic babies. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tommy, Toomy, Tom, Toom, I've got so many names at this point. What am I gonna do with 100 tiny plastic babies? No problem. Temu's got you covered on that end. They already have provided ideas along with the product. That's just multitasking. So first thing that popped into Temu's head, we've got it. You can use them to spread as confetti over the presents on Christmas morning. Fuck tinsel. Who needs tinsel when you've got tiny plastic babies? Or maybe you could like dress them all up in tiny little elf costumes and then, you know, do one of those little elf on a shelfy elf things, and like he birthed a bunch of tiny elves in the middle of the night. Next on Temu's list of activities, freeze the tiny babies. That's right, you get an ice tray, you get the babies, you pop them in there, you throw some juice, some coffee, some water, whatever your choice is, and you freeze them. And then you've got baby ice. I don't know why you would need baby ice. I honestly can't think of anything. I kind of want it. I don't know why. Like, they're making me want it. I mean, it's $5.90 and I could have baby ice. So, you know, I'd be down for that. And last but not least, and this is probably the most logical option for tiny babies, you also purchase a tiny shopping cart and a bunch of tiny accessories, and then you just jostle the cart and then you sprinkle said babies around it to make it look like a tiny baby sweets disaster party. Can we get worse than baby ice? You know, can Temu jump down the rabbit hole and get worse than baby ice? Yes, it can. How does it get worse than baby ice? Well, I introduced to you finger condoms. I was kept trying to think, because I'm trying to wrap my brain around like the logical thing you could do with these, like how someone in life, you know, would apply this. I don't know, because here's the thing. If you've ever put a plastic glove on, like, you know the struggle. Like, you'll be fiddling with it for like 15 minutes, and then the second you get it on and you do that one last tug to just straighten it out, the whole thing just rips and you have to take it off and start the process again. Why would you overcomplicate it by making 10 tiny gloves that you have to individually slip onto different fingers? On top of that, just to go above and beyond on this little elaboration, gloves come in small, medium, and large. That's not a wide enough range to begin with. Your hands are either too tiny or too big for every glove you put on. No one has the perfect plastic glove hand. It doesn't exist. People have ring sizes. Okay, and all my fingers, like, I've got so many different rings from like size 5 to size like I think 7 or 8. That's a big gap. How are all of these individual tiny finger condoms going to fit on each of my you'd have to have like 12 different finger plastic sizes. This is just a bad idea all around. Not to mention, it's just terrifying to look at. It just makes me uncomfy. Everything is unprotected. If you can figure out a reason as to some way these would come in handy in life, please comment below. Give me your ideas. I want to hear it. I want to know how you as a person would apply finger condoms to your daily life. I need answers. Now listen, I'm just gonna throw this one at you. I was looking. I was personally looking. I'm gonna throw this out there. I was looking for things on Temu just out of pure boredom. I found this maybe about an hour ago. Men's sexy pauldron fashion black retro sexy hooded shawl Halloween costumes cosplay cloak accessories for men suitable for S to XL. Now this popped up on my recommended, and let me tell you, my recommended is a mess as it is, but it's giving Assassin's Creed vibes, and I kind of want to be a ninja matador. You know what isn't a fine garment though? You know it's not, you know, a fancy piece of couture, and that is the thing that Temu decided to recommend to me directly following this item. Okay, like you scroll down and first thing it puts in your face, you know what, you want to know what it was? Men's double leg bondage belt, one arm ring, one wrist ring set, men's high elasticity, sexy sleeveless body chest harness, ideal choice for gifts. I can't show you what I'm looking at. I can't show you what I'm looking at. You know what I can do though? What I did for you, what I went out of my way to do? I drew it for you. You know, just because I wanted to make sure that you got the full experience, the full Temu experience today. So here it is. This is what we're looking at. This is what we're dealing with. As you can see, it's got some nice little arm holsters. They go all the way around and through the back, you know, very secure. I'm not sure how you get into this because from my understanding, it's attached in the back as well. Like it intertwines, like it goes down and then it has like one string and then it goes back around the thigh area. You see it right there, the thigh area. I also drew like the grundular area so you can see that it kind of connects to that. So that's what That's what we're dealing with. And again, I don't know a lot about bondage, especially men's bondage, but apparently according to Temu, it pairs fantastic with the men's mesh training bra. So, you know, it bundle and save, I guess. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today, and it was a trip. We went from one end of Temu all the way to the other. If you guys have found any crazy, strange, weird things on Temu, don't hesitate to message me. You can direct DM me on my Instagram, which is linked down below in the description, or you could email me. My email's all around. It's in my contact area on my YouTube. That's also an option. But until I see you again, please make sure to like the video, comment your opinions on these beautiful products down below, and hit smash, slash, swoop, smack, boom, pow all over that subscribe button down below. For now, though, I'm gonna go rest my brain because that was a lot, and I will see you booskies later.